Okay, we got that in there. Not terribly pretty, but enough to say let's go. Okay, let's start in on the eyes and nose. Starting in on the face. That center line in. Now, to judge where everything goes, the nose and the eyes are like the most important thing. Everything goes around the eyes and the nose. And what we like to do is we want to determine where the face is, or where the head is. The skull, in other words, the top of the skull will be about here because you got hat and hair. And the bottom will be about, could be about here, because he is scrunched over. His head is, I mean, there's like almost no neck. I mean, there is no neck on this particular guy. And then between the two, dead center is the eye line. You see it? Let me look at it at the same, make sure I get it right. And then I like to, the eye line is something you want to keep, so we'll go along the side. So then when we start cutting away, we'll still have that eye line. And halfway from the eye line to the bottom will be the nose. So maybe a little bit we'll go for the nose. Is that half? No, that ain't half. Half for two reasons. In a true what do I call it? Symmetrics of the face, it's actually a third down. But the reason why I want half is, one, we want to have extra lumber to play with, number one, and then number two is this is a character. If it turns out to be having a larger nose, no big deal. It actually would add to it. Now we want to make a triangle. At this point down here, just make it nice and wide. We want as much width for the nose. And you're going to make kind of a jack-o'-lantern look here. And we're just going to put in the, what we're going to do is we're just going to put the nose and the eye socket in for right now. And what I like to do is I like to carve that out and then start playing with the hat and the beard and the mustache and the cheeks and all that, because we know where all that is, and then come back and do the final touches on the eye and the nose. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make little chip cuts. We're going to start with cutting down the nose. You're going to get away from the nose. You're going to cut deep right where the eye socket is, and then you're going to draw your knife up. In other words, less pressure. Deep pressure, shallow pressure as you come up. Same with over here, deep, and you want to turn your knife towards the eyeball this way, not straight down, towards the eyeball. And again, that's also going to be deep, but as you come up to the eyebrow, then you want it shallow. And then this one here is generally medium to shallow. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut from this mark, this angle, to the nostril, and we're going to carve in, completing our first chip cut. And if it's done right, it should, my favorite word, pop out. It does not. If it does not, go ahead and just get in there and get a little deeper, away from the nose, away from the brow. She's not coming out of there. Oh, there it is. Coming out. Okay. The second cut is that your knife, your blade is going to be parallel to the eye line, but you're going to come down here, parallel to the eye line. You're going to come down here, and you're going to do a shallow to go deeper and deeper, and you're going to aim to that eye line, where the eye line is going to be the deepest, and it should pop out. Now you don't have to worry about it being perfect right away, because you can pick at it and pick at it. You don't have to go too deep. As a matter of fact, it isn't going, right now it is not as deep as I want it, but it does put in where the eye and the nose are going to be as a relationship for the rest of the face. Same thing with this side here. We're going to carve away from the nose, not straight down or not in towards the nose, but away from the nose, deep, and then bring it up shallow. Now here it's kind of in reverse. I'm going to go like this, but we're going to go shallow and then deep because we want deep at the eye socket area. Turn it around, and this is going to be sort of medium, semi-shallow. Again, we're going to cut from here to here, towards the eyeball, towards the nose, actually in this case, and that chip should pop out. Should. Same thing here, you want the blade to be parallel with the eye socket, or with the eye line, pardon me, and you're going to go deep until you meet that cut. And that's what it should look like right now. I'll go like this to give you a show, but when you look at that, you'll see he kind of has that Klingon look, or that alien look. And so what we're going to do is we're going to cut, here's the eye line again, straight down. I'm not cutting, I'm just showing you where the eye line is. But I'm going to cut about middle of the nose towards that eye line at an angle, just like that. So let's see that little chip that comes out. Because when you're done, you'll have something like that. So look more human-like. This one kind of looks almost pig-like because we got to put this part in. And I think we are going to have to go a little deeper. But I wanted to show you how to get started. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to cut that down because there, is that a little better? But I want to get a little deeper. I want that nose to come out a little higher if you want to. This probably could be a good time to if you want to. And then to prevent your Santa from having that angry look, you want to bring your knife as wide of a cut this way as you can. Not down this way, but like this. In other words, raising the eyebrow so he doesn't look so angry. Raising the eyebrow and going a little deeper. Bring that nose out a little more. Probably might need to get a little deeper the way this thing ended up. I don't like that nose being pig-like. Get a little better, but still need to go deeper. But I'm going to leave it like that for now. Okay, we got the eye socket in. We got the nose in. Now everything is going to dance around, prance around, whatever, around the nose and the eye socket. Now it's pencil time. Let's start with the mustache. Let's shape the nose a little bit here. Get a little bit on, get that on. So it's even, semi-even. And then we want to take and cut at about a 10-degree angle. Maybe a 20-degree angle. So as to know where we can get started. I think it's okay to have a wide nose, but that's going to be trimmed down. It's going to be a regular nose by the time we're done with it. Okay, the center line. Now I want to start, I like to have a happy beard, like a happy mustache. In other words, let's do the cheek first. I'll show you what I mean. This is going to start right about here. And then I'm going to draw the face in. I'm going to draw the face in. And what I'd like to do is, to bring the cheeks out more, is when you draw, try to bring the face up this way, the face line. So it's like narrower on top but wider on the bottom of this. Alright. Now the type of mustache I like to is kind of follow along with what you just carved. I call it a happy mustache because it just kind of And when you do a mustache, and if the hand's in the way, don't worry about it. Just pretend that you can always say that it's underneath, you know. Excuse me. You could do this type of mustache, sort of like an old world St. Nicholas kind of a mustache. Okay. Where's my V-tool? I like to get it started with the V-tool, but we will be doing a lot of cutting anyways, but I like to get the V-tool to just kind of help get us started here. Sort of hit to get it started. Same with the cheeks. All right. Now we got to decide what kind of hat do we want. I still like to have kind of the standard Santa hat in this case, and we want the hat to come down at an angle. And it's still a little square. We'll be working with that. Not to worry. And what's going to happen is it's going to have the tufts. It's going to be like right here. And we don't mind the fact that there's not extra red on top here, because a lot of the Santa hats that I see, you know, this style, the one with the tuft at the end, or what they call it, stocking, it is kind of rather flat on top anyways. But we'll play with it some more. Let's get the V in. I think we should have rounded that hat a little more, but I think we'll leave that for now. Okay, now it's starting to shape up. And now it's starting to shape up. I'm gonna stop right here, and when we get back, I think it's time to do detailing on this Santa. I think now it's time to really pick at it. I'm going to put the eyes in and put a mouth in and make things look really nice. It's time to get my little knife out, but before I do, let me just shape this a little bit. Get the saw marks out of there. And I should have shaped this a little bit. Shoulda, woulda, coulda.